Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the machines that redefine luxury on four wheels. Today, I'm beyond excited to talk about something truly extraordinary, the 2026 Cadillac Celestiq. This isn't just a car. It's Cadillac's bold statement that they're back in the ultra-luxury game, and they're doing it with an all-electric powerhouse that's hand-built to your wildest dreams. Picture this, a sedan that's longer than an Escalade, more customizable than a Rolls-Royce, and packed with tech that feels like it's from the future. All wrapped in a retro futuristic design that nods to Cadillac's golden era. If you've ever wondered what happens when American muscle meets bespoke elegance in the EV world, stick around because we're going on a full tour of this $340,000 plus marvel. I've spent time behind the wheel, pored over the specs, and even peeked into the customization process. Trust me, by the end, you'll either be saving up or questioning your life choices. As I pull up to this beauty for the first time, the sheer presence hits you like a thunderclap. The Celestiq stretches out to an impressive 217 inches long with a 130-inch wheelbase, making it tower over most sedans and even give some SUVs a run for their money in the intimidation department. It's got that classic Cadillac stance, wide at 80 inches across and standing, 57 inches tall, but reimagined for the electric age without a hint of compromise. Starting up front, the design is pure poetry in motion. There's no massive grille sucking in air like the old gas guzzlers. Instead, Cadillac went with a sleek, illuminated vertical light bar that stretches from the hood line down to the lower fascia, glowing with a soft ethereal blue hue that screams sophistication. It's flanked by ultra-slim LED headlights that wrap around the corners, almost like they're whispering secrets of the road ahead. The hood itself is long and sculpted with subtle creases that flow like waves, evoking the tail fins of yesteryear, but in a way that's aggressively modern. Bumper-wise, it's low and wide, with integrated air curtains that feed cool air to the brakes and battery for optimal performance. All finished in that signature Cadillac chrome that's been hand-polished to a mirror shine. It's not aggressive like a supercar, it's commanding, like the car knows you're late for a board meeting in Monaco, and it's ready to get you there in style. Moving along the side profile, that's where the Celestiq really starts to sing. The lines are impossibly fluid, starting with those razor-sharp character lines that run from the front fenders all the way back to the rear haunches, creating this illusion of endless motion even when it's parked. The doors, oh man, the doors are suicide-style hinges that open outward like the wings of a private jet, making entry feel like an event rather than a chore. And get this, they're power-assisted, closing with a whisper-soft hydraulic assist so you never have to slam anything. The wheel arches are muscular yet elegant, hugging massive 23-inch wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0 tires that have this self-sealing foam inside to keep you rolling even if you pick up a nail on a backroad detour. The roofline sweeps down in a fastback coupe-like arc, but it's a four-door sedan at heart with frameless windows that give it an open-air vibe. Side mirrors? Forget clunky housings, these are sleek camera pods that project feeds onto the massive interior screens, reducing drag and adding to that aerodynamic efficiency. The paint options are endless, over 200 colors from the palette, including wild two-tones like iridescent abyss or celestial onyx sand since it's hand-built. You can even spec pearlescent finishes that shift colors under sunlight. It's a side view that turns heads not with flash but with quiet confidence, like it's saying, I don't need to shout, I own the road. Flipping around to the rear, the Celestiq seals the deal on its grandeur. That elongated tail echoes the front's vertical theme with another full-width LED light bar that spans the entire width, pulsing softly during braking for a hypnotic effect that's both safe and stylish. The hatchback design, yes, it's a liftgate under that sleek skin, adds surprising practicality to this luxury liner, swinging up to reveal a cavernous 32 cubic feet of cargo space lined in supple leather with metallic inlays that make loading your golf clubs or weekend luggage feel upscale. The diffuser below is subtle, integrated seamlessly with quad exhaust-like vents that are purely aesthetic since this is all EV, but they give it that planted, ready-to-pounce look. Taillights taper inward like falcon eyes, and the overall shape avoids the boxy awkwardness of some luxury EVs, opting instead for a graceful taper that improves aero without sacrificing presence. From behind, it's the kind of rear end that makes you want to circle back for another look. Elegant, powerful, and utterly unique. Stepping inside. Though wow, this is where the Celestiq transcends car and becomes a rolling sanctuary. Slide through those suicide doors, and you're enveloped in a cabin that's been crafted like a high-end atelier piece, with every surface begging to be touched. The materials are next level, hand-stitched leathers in any color you can dream up, from creamy whites to deep burgundies, accented by open-pore woods like walnut or ebony that's perforated to let ambient lighting dance through like stars in a forest. It's all ecologically sourced, of course, because Cadillac's leaning into that sustainable luxury angle. The seats for bespoke buckets are heated, ventilated, and massaging, with bolsters that hug you like a custom-tailored suit, and each one has its own wireless charger and USB-C ports. Up front, the dashboard is dominated by this insane 55-inch curved LED display that wraps from driver to passenger like a panoramic movie screen. Think gauges on the left, navigation and infotainment in the center, and a passenger-optimized view on the right, complete with a digital blind that blacks out the driver's side if needed for focus. Below it, an 11-inch haptic touchscreen controls everything from drive modes to climate. And the whole setup runs on Google built-in for seamless maps, assistant, and app integration. In the back, it's pure indulgence reclining seats with ottomans that deploy for that first-class flight feel, each with a dedicated 12.6-inch entertainment screen for streaming Netflix or plotting your next road trip. Quad-zone climate means no arguments over the temp and overhead. The electrochromic glass roof is a game-changer. It tints from crystal clear to privacy black at the touch of a button. And you can zone it per passenger, so the driver stays shaded while the kids get sunlight. Sound? The 38-speaker AKG Studio reference system with 3D surround and 3 amps turns the cabin into a concert hall. Crank up some jazz, and it feels like the band's playing around you. Noise cancellation is so advanced, combined with acoustic glass, that highway drone vanishes, leaving just serene silence or your chosen soundtrack. Storage is thoughtful too. Deep door pockets for tablets, a frunk up front for odds and ends, and even crystal accents on the gear selector that light up like jewelry. It's not just comfortable. It's transformative. After a drive, you feel refreshed, not drained, like the car anticipated your every need. Now, firing it up, there's no key fob drama. Just approach, and it unlocks via your phone or fob's proximity, with the doors presenting themselves like a red carpet. Under the hood, or rather, in the floor, is Cadillac's Ultium platform with dual electric motors, one per axle for all-wheel drive, pumping out a combined 655 horsepower and 646 pound-feet of torque from a 111 kW equipped battery. Punch the accelerator from a stop, and it's visceral, 0 to 60 in just 3.7 seconds. With that instant AV fit hurling you forward like a slingshot. Yet it's whisper quiet inside, no roar, just a smooth surge that pins you back with zero drama. Top speed caps at 130 miles per hour. But you'll rarely touch it because this thing corners like it's on rails. Thanks to rear wheel steering that shrinks the turning radius for U-turns that feel nimble in a car this long. And an adaptive air suspension that reads the road 1,000 times a second via magnetic ride control. Body roll? Minimal. Bumps? Ironed out. And the brakes regenerative with one-pedal driving blends seamlessly with physical discs for confident stops, adding up to 75 miles of range in just 10 minutes of DC fast charging at 190 kilowatts. Range-wise, you're looking at an EPA-estimated 303 miles on a full charge, which is solid for city jaunts or cross-country hops with stops, hitting about 75 mpg combined. It's not the longest range EV out there, but the efficiency shines in real-world driving, especially with eco modes that prioritize glide over grunt. Handling a twisty road? It grips with those Pirellis. The weight distribution near perfect at 50/50ths, and even in sport mode, it stays composed. This is luxury performance that whispers effortless while delivering thrills. Of course, all this wizardry comes at a premium, and let's break down the dollars because transparency is key. The base price kicks off at $340,000. Which already includes a ton of standard goodies like the Super Cruise hands-free driving on mapped highways, adaptive cruise, automated emergency braking, and that full AKG audio suite. But here's the kicker: since it's fully customizable at Cadillac's Warren, Michigan Artisan Center, you're working one-on-one with the designer to pick threads, woods, paints. Even embroidery on the headrest options can easily balloon that to $400,000 or north, depending on how bespoke you go. Production's limited to about 400 units a year, so expect a wait list, but hey, for that price, you're not just buying a car. You're commissioning art, compared to rivals like the Lucid Air SEP.